Overnight, markets reacting sharply as President Trump announces sweeping 10% tariffs on nearly all imports, covering more than 180 countries, including 60 of some of America's closest trading partners that will face even steeper tariffs.
This is one of the most important days, in my opinion, in American history. It's our declaration of economic independence.
Hey guys, good morning. I tell you, 22 Caribbean countries hit with Trump's tariff, and we will reel in pain from those tariffs. Countries include Jamaica, the Dominican Republic, BVI, Barbados, Cayman Islands, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, Grenada, Trinidad, Turks and Caicos, St. Vincent, Guyana, Bahamas, Montserrat, Haiti, St. Martin, Belize, Guadeloupe, Dominica, Martinique, Anguilla, and Antigua. Now, we are in for some serious times. And the economic repercussions is going to be bad. The imposition of a 10% tariff on imports on these 22 nations will have dire economic consequences for affected countries. Many of these countries rely on heavy exports to the US, and tariff could make these goods less competitive in the American market. And eventually this could lead to reduced sales. You're talking about lower revenues for businesses and ultimately the big one, job losses. For example, Jamaica, they export a variety of products, rum, coffee, bauxite. They could see their exports dwindle as the American consumers decide, well, let me turn to a cheaper alternative. Similarly, you have people like Dominican Republic, Trinidad and Tobago could face similar challenges, particularly in the manufacturing sectors. Trinidad exports LNG gas to the US. And then finally, outside of government, outside of the big picture, you, the small man, the consumer, the imposition of tariffs often leads to what you call increased prices for consumers. So as import cost rises, businesses will pass on these costs on to consumers. Of course, it's going to lead to higher prices for everyday goods. So you go to the supermarket today and you get something for $100, maybe a few things in a bag because everything is up and up every day. By another week, it's $200. The poor man suffers. And that is why I keep saying, why aren't we not growing our own food, do much trading among ourselves? We don't have to rely on meat from the United States. We could be growing a lot, but they don't want to open the market to people here because people could get rich. And this is how some of these politicians think. They're wicked and evil. We could have been gone a long way forward already, but they don't want to open the markets to certain people because people will get rich. The ordinary man will get rich. And they are thinking, if the ordinary man has money in his pocket, he doesn't need me. But if I keep them captive, they'll all have to vote for me. And that's the problem with the Caribbean. We need different leaders with different thinking. And all these nations now, what does it mean? The products they import from the United States of America will become more expensive. It's going to put further strain on the consumer budget. And then what is going to happen then? It's going to lead to inflationary pressures. Inflation. Your dollar, it will value less. When I did that video, everybody cursed. When I told them the EC dollar will value less because of what is going to happen, they curse. And they carry on. They say, good. It will never happen. Listen, these things have ripple effect. And I mean ripple effect. And then if you go on to look at the trade issues, relations and diplomacy, it could also put a diplomatic strain on relations between the US and the Caribbean nations. Historically, it's always been good. But as you can see, these nations now in the Caribbean are looking for different friends and allies. It's going to put a further strain when things get tough and you can't resolve it. We're talking about 22 Caribbean nations. My friends, we have a lot of problems ahead. a lot of problems ahead. And I'm not hearing anything much from the Caribbean nations yet. I'm not hearing anything much from the leaders of the Caribbean. I'm not sure if any of them have spoken. I'm been trying to surface to go through to see, but I'm not seeing anything from them yet. And that's why I said a long time ago when Trump was talking about the tariffs, what is the plan? What are we planning to do? We're not been hearing anything. And when you speak like this, everybody says that you don't know what you're talking about. I know exactly what I'm talking about. So in the end, what I'm saying is that sooner or later the dust will have to settle on this decision that America made. Whether it plunges us into recession or it does America the world of good is only left to be seen. But it's going to be imperative for policymakers going forward in this Caribbean, business people, even consumers alike, to consider long-term implications of such these measures and decide how we move forward. Do we continue to eat everything that comes on a ship, or do we really start planting, growing and trading among ourselves as a block, opening up the markets that we're afraid to open up because we feel that people will get rich? It's our decision to make going forward. I thought we would have learned from COVID-19, but we never learned. I hope this will be our learning curve this time around. Because this Caribbean and these Caribbean nations, I tell you, will reel in pain from these tariffs, as little as they are. Remember to like, share, and subscribe.